You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your early weekly spoilers for November 24th through the 28th. We're going to talk about Alex Kiriakis targeted and Shawn-Douglas Brady making a big move. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, reach down, hit that subscribe button. As we always do on Early Edition Day, we talk about what's coming the rest of this week, and then we dive into next week, which is, by the way, the very last week of November sweeps. So look for huge action coming this last week and a half. Wednesday, November 19th, we've got Johnny and Chanel struggling as new parents. Their hands are more than full. It was a little harder than they anticipated. I mean, we all know if you've had a kid, being parents to an infant can be challenging. Sometimes they just cry for no reason, like the air is bothering them, you know? So I do wonder if Johnny and Chanel are going to reach out to Leo and Javi for advice, or maybe Rafe and Gabby, maybe Paulina or Abe stops by with some tips. Shawn-Douglas returns to Salem, and he is supporting Belle through this Marlena medical crisis. I wonder if Shawn and Belle are going to get closer. Maybe they'll rekindle their on-again, off-again, on-again relationship, since she seems to be well done with EJ at this point. And we're also waiting to see if Marlena is diagnosed with Lyme disease, if it's confirmed. Somebody tries to rob Cat, but she fights them off. She has had ISA training, so it'd be kind of interesting if she really hurt them. And I do wonder if it might be Liam. He is the criminal, the young criminal that is supposed to be being mentored by Abe, but he keeps skipping out on the meetings. So Liam may be out doing crime and has not learned a lesson at all. EJ reaches out to Johnny, which Sami told him not to do. Maybe that's why. And EJ's mom, Susan, drops by the DiMera mansion to sass her son. And I wonder if she's warning him to keep his distance from Johnny like he's been asked to do. Plus, Susan may sense that her precious Elvis Jr. is doing bad things in that new clinic with whatever dead family member they have got in that big old test tube, because it seems definitely to be a DiMera at this point. Thursday, November 20th, Justin offers some legal expertise to Jennifer that includes a warning. Could be about it'll be hard to convince a judge to take minor children away from a grieving widower like Chad, who is a good guy. And Justin wants Jennifer to be realistic, but I doubt it's going to come to a court battle. They don't do a lot of big court battles on days. Xander thanks Brady, and I wonder for what. Maybe giving Xander the inspiration to work harder to prove to Sarah he's the man that she wants. Maybe Brady chasing Sarah lit a fire under him. And then later, Xander tells Sarah he signed the divorce papers. We know he still loves her, so this may be part of a play to get her to realize that she still really wants him. Jeremy gives Chad some advice. I wonder if Jeremy's going to tell Chad, play nice with Jennifer, give her temporary custody. As Thomas's teacher, you know, Jeremy may give Chad some perspective and insight on his son that he wouldn't otherwise have. Cat and Rafe hit a roadblock trying to find out what EJ's doing in that super secret lab and who the money is coming from that's used to fund it. Rachel sets her sights on Sarah on Thursday. She knows that Kristen is out of prison. She's hoping for a reconciliation for her parents, so Sarah might need to go, you know? Rachel's going to pull, I think, one of her classic stunts to get a woman that Brady likes out of his life. On Friday, November 21st, we've got Mark and Dr. Rolf doing some sketchy science. It's the first experiments to break in the new lab, the inaugural sci-fi science thing they're doing there. We could learn about the mysterious person in that giant test tube. You know, I do think it's a DiMera, somebody related to EJ. Maybe Stefano, but we know they can't raise the dead unless they recast since Joseph Mascalo passed away years ago. Rachel may accuse Sarah of making moves on Brady, and it looks like Rachel deliberately triggered Sarah's nut allergy, and Brady demands to know what Rachel did as Sarah starts wheezing and going into anaphylactic shock. Kayla is suspicious of EJ, And I wonder if she's going to get a clue about the sketchy lab, and that's where money is going and power and resources. Aaron tries to pull Sophia out of her current state. It looks like the young man goes to Bayview to see her, and we'll have to find out when Aaron shows up if Sophia is still catatonic and whether Aaron can get through. The week of November 24th through the 28th, by the way, this is Thanksgiving week in Salem. And since Days is fully streaming now, as it has been, for the past, couple of years, 3 years now, we get episodes on Thanksgiving and Black Friday. We even get episodes on Christmas. They don't preempt anymore, which is super nice. So next week, Theo and Jada are looking forward to their second date. I know a lot of fans don't like this pairing. And part of the criticism I'm seeing is that Theo's ex, Claire Brady, is Shawn's daughter. And of course, he's Jada's ex. It's kind of messy. There's a big old age gap there. Now, they did cast an older Theo, I think, than the last actor. He looks older for sure, when actually he's supposed to be Claire's age. So it's kind of cringe for some folks. Plus, Jada may still be trying to work Theo to get intel on the DiMeras. Stacey Heidick is doing double duty as Susan and Kristen, and Susan Banks may have more to say about her premonitions about Stefano. Kristen is worried about how being abducted will affect Rachel and mess up her prison sentence because it'll add onto it unless she can prove she was taken against her will. Tony swears he was also picked up while at a port of call on his cruise with Anna. So I don't know about that. We'll have to wait and see if it's true or if that is Andre talking to Kristen and, he's behind all this. Rolf's secret lab specimen is soon revealed. He has big plans for whoever is in that tube. I'm guessing it's going to wind up with a version of Stefano 2.0, but in the tube could be another DiMera who's MIA, someone like Dimitri von Leuschner or Stefan DiMera. Lots of DiMeras to mess with. Jeremy is pretty annoyed soon because he worked hard on himself. He came to town. He immediately beelined to Stephanie to apologize, and she accepted it, but then she's trashed him to Jada and obviously to Alex, and they accused Jeremy of ratting out Stephanie's dirty book author's secret, which I don't believe he did at all. And then we had that black gloved person that is causing problems. Jeremy may be facing more heat because of them, and he might be being framed for attacks on Alex. If you remember, somebody almost stabbed Alex when the Rachel and Thomas Pumpkin Chunkin accident happened. That person was in the same kind of coat that Jeremy was wearing and had the knife. Alex noticed a slice in his jacket later. And Chad may indeed compromise with Jennifer, let her take the kids and leave Salem with Jack, and then Chad will join them in Boston after he wraps up some loose ends in Salem. They can all spend the holidays together that way. We are getting a new Chad and a new Thomas in April 2026, and there are going to be some gaps where the characters are off screen, so watch for those red flags of their exits coming soon.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.